Welcome you lot, my name's Adam Shilton from Catch Media and Map Fishing, and it's something that's really super important before you even start fishing, before anything takes place at all, is making sure that your seat box is set up correctly and that you're comfortable and that you've got everything to hand. It's a really vital part of your fishing, making sure that whatever happens during the day, nothing surprises you, you've got everything where you need it, and it just makes your fishing efficient, simple and hopefully more enjoyable. So as soon as you get to your platform, wherever you might be, just make sure that your legs on your seat box are set to the lowest setting. Plop your seat box down, obviously facing the way that you're fishing, that's really important, and making sure that you've got nothing around you that's going to get in your way actually at the venue itself. For me, once I've done that and my footplate is out, it's a case of getting the spirit level on the box. I carry a little, some of them have gone built in, some of them, if you haven't, you can carry a little one with you like I do. And making sure that I'm actually sat level. What I don't want to do is be sat sort of lopsided or wonky, because all that's going to result in is backache. You know, if you're using poles and things like that, you're not going to be sat comfortable. So make sure everything is completely level. Alter your seat box legs so that you're nice and level and it's nice and straightforward. Once you've done that, get yourself sat down on your box. Your feet should be lay flat on your footplate. You don't want like on your tippy toes or anything like that when you're trying to use your pole. Again, you're just going to end up hurting yourself, so make sure your feet are flat. Also make sure in terms of the height of your seat box that when you do sit down that your legs are at a right angle to your body. So I'll just show you on this clip now. You can see that my thighs are flat because that's what I'm going to be using to push my pole across, and you can see that it's a complete 90 degrees right angle down my legs so that everything is flat, and again with my feet flat on the footplate. That's first and foremost the starting position you need to be in. The next thing for the majority of you is side trays. Now, there's no written rule as to which side you have your side tray. I'm naturally right-handed, or fish right-handed, so my side tray goes on the left. It just means then I can get everything that I need on my side tray, and it's all to hand. I don't even have to look down at it. It's just in position, ready to go. This particular extra large side tray for Map is fantastic. It's more than big enough for everything that I need and all of the fishing I do, which is fantastic. It just, again, it alters, it's sturdy. I can't want for anything else. The last thing you want is your side tray to be too high up because you'll start catching it on things, and also you don't want it to be in a situation where it's too far down and you're stretching down to reach stuff. Again, not kind of thing that you want to do. So just keep it nice and straightforward to hand so that your hand can just rest on your side tray, get the things that you need. So next really comes accessories, and this comes down massively to personal preference really. So it's something I get asked quite a little bit in terms of what accessories do I use in my seat box and why do I have them positioned the way they do. So we'll just talk through that essentially. So first and foremost, I'll leave these QRS attachments. They're absolutely great and they just stay on the seat box. And the ones at the front are for my Keepnet bar. My QRS attachment Keepnet bar, it just locks into position. I can literally just lean over with it like that, and that is in, snapped in, dead simple, dead quick, so much easier. This obviously extends as well. I can extend it on both sides, which is great, and I can put extra nets on there. And again, you know, I've got extra ones of these in my box, but I've always carried 4 on there because I'm using sort of 3 or 4 keep nets in most of my matches. On a really lucky day, I might need to use a few more. If I have mine pointing up like this, it just means my nets lie nice and flat when I put them in, and they're just a hand straight away. It's no messing around, it goes straight over there, and that's really easy. Okay, so just so the purpose of demonstration, I've done it facing this way rather than the water just because it makes it a bit easier. So I can just snap that into place like so, and it sits there perfectly just in the right position I need it to be in. So when I'm sat on my box, there's no messing about, put the fish straight into the nets in front of me, and obviously with this QRS Keepnet bar I can line them up, and also with these nets I can have them even in a more compact way so I can fit more of them closer together, which is brilliant. So next for me is my pole socks. I really like to use 2 because it's just when I'm double shipping or breaking the pole down, or if just more options, it just makes things available for me, or spare sections or anything like that. It just means I can have them in there. And again with the QR system, this one already stays on the box itself. So all I need to do is just pop that into place and it sits there. Obviously I can change this and alter it, but essentially it just makes everything nice and quick. It's nice and padded as well, so it's great for just lighting sections on the head if I need to in a bit of a rush. And it just, again, it's to hand. It's really important that your pole socks are perfectly to hand when you sat down in your box. You don't want them too high up, getting in your way when you're netting fish. And again, you don't want to be reaching down or bending your pole off your rollers to tuck it in. It's not the kind of thing you want. So just the perfect height that feels comfortable and natural for you. So next to me is in terms of your butt rest for your rods, not the one that you sit on here. So another, numerous different attachments available. This is an extending one. It comes out, which is fantastic if I wanted to, and the same as well, it goes up a little bit. And it just means with the little attachments here, I can pop it straight in the top, tighten it up, and that's the butt rest that I need for my fishing straight away. If I want to, I can obviously lie the rod on this, but this just pops out like so, and I can replace it with that one if I want it, a bit further away from me, or equally, I can have it in whatever position I want. Essentially, I can tuck it in around there. Depends on what I'm doing, what length rod I'm using, what the venue's like, all that kind of stuff. Equally as well, which I really like about this system is, again, is I can pop that out straightforward and take that off. So a lot of the time what I do is when my pole socks are in, there's a little movement of this here, that can come straight out, and I can pop this one straight in over the top of it and then just lock that into position, which is perfect. It's absolutely brilliant for the rod that I need. And again, if I want to change the height on that, I can just drop that up there a little bit. And it's just excellent little way of doing it. So I use that quite a lot as well. Another fantastic little attachment there for a map. Just while I'm on the subject of that bit still, another great feature with these map legs, I could just unscrew the caps, they pop off like so, and if I want to, I can pop this in here, which is something to do quite a lot actually, because it just means that sometimes I can leave that on, especially if I know what event I've got coming up. I can leave that on there like that. That doesn't get in the way of the pole socks, they're still there as well, absolutely easy. And just keep that cap nice and safe in my box, in my drawer. And again, all of these ways in which I'm talking about, it doesn't stop me from opening my drawer or accessing anything on the seat box. So again, something that works really, really well. So in terms of setup in my seat box, the last thing for me, if you like, is the other end of the rod that I might be using to put the rest on, the rod rest. So there's lots of different attachments available, and this particular one I like because it gives me a right angle around my nets. So many products that get in the way of my nets, and it just means that, nice and simple, I can pop that on there like so, and it fits around the nets. It doesn't get in the way, it goes in between them. It just means that I can still net when I've net the fish. It means I can still got free access to my nets. It's absolutely brilliant. So again, that's the last thing for me, nice and straightforward with attachments. Another thing is roosts for your top kits and for your rods. Now I use a couple of different ones. Most of the time I use one of our Mark II rollers, and they're absolutely fantastic for this. It just means I can pop the roost kit on, and that gives me that end of my roost kit dead straightforward. So I tend to put that a bit further away. Okay, then this one is, again, lovely little attachment, just fits on my side tray. I've got a spare leg essentially that I've used there, that fits onto that, and it just means I can alter the height. And the most important thing for your top kits is that they're to hand, but also so they're in the way. You don't want them bashing against things or you're knocking them out of your roost all the time. So I can just attach that on there, and it just means that when I'm sat on my box, all my top kits are to hand there, or rods if I'm using it that way, and it just saves any issues. You don't blow away in the wind. They're nice and sturdy, they're nice and safe, because obviously you've got to look after everything that you put on your roost. So there we go, how to set up correctly your seat box, make yourself comfortable, make yourself nice and level, and it just means that everything becomes really efficient on the bank, and it makes things nice and easy. Please remember to like and subscribe, because it really helps us out. And as usual, if you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments below, and we'll always reply to you. Thank you very much. My name's Adam Shilton and I'll see you on the bank very soon. Take care.